There's a lot of rather alarming comments underneath some of my recent videos, and I thought I'd address a few of those now. And some of them are about the Rishi Sunak Liz Truss competition. One person points out that at least Rishi has paid for his wardrobe, unlike Mr. Johnson, Boris. Well, although a Tory donor did pay for the wallpaper, I think eventually Boris paid up the money himself. So jibes like this, one has to be very, very careful. And going into Miss Dorris's divorce is, again, I think, a little bit off. I think it's also inappropriate to suggest that Nadine Dorries only entered the cabinet for entertainment value. This again sort of cheapens the debate, and the debate is quite serious. Nadine Dorries is actually responsible for entertainment. She shouldn't be the entertainment. She should be taking care of the entertainment. And she runs, therefore, a significant and important ministry. I think, for what it's worth, that she hasn't done her job effectively. Now, of course, on the day that she was appointed, I wrote to her and I asked for a meeting, and that never took place. So maybe I have a gripe on my own side. I think the issues that I wanted to raise with her are important. I think they remain important as people continue to die and to suffer because of reality TV. I think my point of view is a valid one because I've been on reality TV, because I think I was relatively successful, and therefore I cannot be dismissed as somebody who's got sour grapes, I hope. I've seen a great deal, I've heard a great deal from people who were also on other shows, and I've experienced a great deal myself. So I would think I'm some sort of authority, and I would hope that I would be taken seriously. So it is irritating to be tossed off again and again as something that isn't important or simply ignored. And now I think there is the issue that Nadine Dorries told a story which looks very... It doesn't look true. And the person that she seems to have told the story about is simply an ordinary lady with children, and it's hurtful because she's not in a position to challenge that story. Now, Channel 4 and Love Productions strongly suggest that story is untrue. I think the evidence equally suggests it's untrue. Therefore, Nadine Dorries should be going to the committee chairman and explaining what's going on. She wasn't even being questioned when she told this story. This was a story she told after the questioning had stopped. It was a time filler. But it's become the subject. And again, today, when we should have been focusing on the Birmingham Games, we're focusing on Nadine Dorries. The minister has become the subject because her obsession with supporting Boris, her obsession with attacking Rishi, is more interesting, actually, than her job. And this has been a feature of her entire ministry. We can go a little bit further. There's also a lot of debate about Keir Starmer and a suggestion that he is a government in waiting. Well, that's not going to be the case unless he can get to grips with his troops. And even then, the electoral system that we've got in this country is not in his favour. But one thing is quite clear, that the government that is in power at the moment is losing popularity and focus, and the succession story between Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak is doing them no favours at all. It does nothing to help the Conservative cause. As for the infighting in Labour ranks, I think there's a link between the former shadow transport minister and the deputy leader. And I think this particular spat will do, well, it might cement Keir Starmer's authority, or it could tarnish further the image of Labour as being detached from reality. Labour is funded, at least partly, by the unions, so I don't see why a minister, a shadow minister, should not be supporting those unions. It makes no sense, this detachment. On the other hand, that story gets the Sunak-Truss story off the front pages, so maybe Labour should be celebrating. I don't know, but I do think one should be. You know, these pages here, the comments underneath, are really an opportunity for debate. But some of the debate is a little odd. And I don't remove anything except for the endless promotions of Russian pornography, which I presume simply means that I'm being trolled by Russian bots, which I fully understand as I had previously worked in a Russian university, and I suppose I am still attached, as I haven't formally left as far as I know. But you know, that's it. That's it. At least I know what my Russian connection is, and I wonder if Boris knows what his Russian connection is.